we don't know exactly how much he's saving because we don't know the distribution of employees that he sacked, whether it's the ones that cost him more or it's roughly across the board. His wage bill is roughly Twitter's wage bill is roughly 1.6 billion a year. So given he's got rid of half of them, he should in theory be saving around 800 million a year. That's not enough to stem the losses, and a lot of those people will have been employed in there'll be programmers who are dealing with moderation and algorithms that spot the things that stop Twitter becoming too toxic a place to exist. So that actually in the long run may well make things a lot worse. Certainly advertisers are temporarily not advertising. Whether that pans out in the long term, we don't know. There has been a massive increase in sort of toxic language. As soon as the takeover was announced, we saw data miners said that they saw a 1,300% increase in a particular racial slur that begins with N used over Twitter. At its peak, that was appearing 170 times every 5 minutes. And that goes that's just representative of what happened. If we take Elon Musk at his word and those sackings have that effect, then yes. But on the other hand, he's not a fool. He knows that he's got to keep the advertisers sweet, even though he previously tweeted and then deleted the ad that he doesn't really want advertising on Twitter. But that tweet was deleted because he needs them. You can't get rid of the advertisers. So the indications are that it will get worse, but the advertisers are all holding back for a week or maybe a little bit more. If it gets worse, they'll stay off the platform because they don't want their adverts next to in a toxic environment. It doesn't do their brand any good at all. So there's that pressure. There's also the pressure of heavily moderating. So Musk has said that he wants to set up a council, which is the same thing that Facebook did, owned by Meta. And that hasn't had a huge effect on how he runs it, but it would insulate him to some extent from the major moderation decision.
I see that clip, it chills me every single time. And I look at it a lot. So thank you very much for coming here. I know it's not convenient, it's not around the corner. I'm really appreciative.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I was on a red-eye flight, so I'm a little slower than normal. Just I didn't get much sleep. So.
You know, that's sort of my first question. Is that so? You're 51.
Yeah.